Hi, everybody. Welcome back for another episode of 3-Minute Success. Wanted to take a few minutes and talk to you about how we hold two different ideas in our mind. And those two really important ideas are, what do I want out of the near term today in terms of the next 5 to 10 years? And what do I want out of the longer term, call it 20 plus years in the future? And this really is the primary challenge for all of us as we try and think through our lives and what we're going to need assets and income and capital for. So when we're thinking about the next 5 to 10 years, I always recommend looking at that through the lens of, okay, what am I doing today and how is it likely to be tweaked in the next 5 to 10 years? A lot of that is able to, kind of be tied to stage of life and family. So for myself, I have 2 kids. They're in elementary school. My life revolves around them, and I want to be a very present and available parent to them. That's one of the most important things in the world to me. So the next 5 to 10 years for me are about, yes, generating income and assets and building wealth, but not at the expense of my availability to my children. So I really have to balance, okay, what do I need to spend money on so that I can create time and capacity for myself to do those types of things, as opposed to totally maximizing my income generating potential. So that's a priority for me, and it's easy to see because I can see my kids and how long they're going to be at home and all of those things. So when I start to think longer term, 20 plus years in the future, now I'm in my 60s, it gets a little fuzzier. I think I know what I'd like, but I'm not entirely sure all the way around it. And that's totally okay. If you think back how old you were 20 years ago, how much of what you thought you wanted stayed true to today? How much of that was accurate? Probably directionally, a lot of it was accurate. You know who you are and what you like to do and who you like to spend time with, but we change over time and our needs change over time. So when we're thinking about that longer term planning, it's really about how do I create maximum flexibility so that I can do what I want to do, even though it's likely to be a little bit different than I think of today. So thinking about where you want to live. Do you want a house where you currently live plus one perhaps in a different climate? How much are those homes likely to cost? Do you want to still have to be generating income, or do you want to work solely because you enjoy working at that point? How much cash flow do you need? Are you going to be traveling and doing 5 international trips a year flying first class? Or are you more of a, pack up the camper and drive around the US type of person? Being able to give enough flexibility so that you can realize those ambitions is a big part of doing your financial planning, doing your investment planning so that your assets and your income and your strategies all align with both who you are here in the near term and who you're likely to be in the future. So holding those two ideas in your mind at the same time can present a bit of a challenge, but that's a great way to be able to break it down and say, okay, where do my dollars need to be going through all of those time periods? Hope this was helpful. Thanks for giving me a couple minutes of your time, and head over to entrepreneuralign.com if you want to do a deeper dive on this topic. Thanks so much.